You're watching TVC Breakfast. Now we have the papers and we want to look through them, see what the headlines are this morning. Really diverse headlines, I must say. Now we have as our regulars on the Wednesday, Tunji Abdulhammed is here. Tunji, good morning.
Good morning.
Good to see you.
Thanks for having me.
Great. And we also have Jide Ologun here. Jide, good morning. Good to see you.
Good morning, Mr.
Great.
Mike.
Good to see you. Welcome.
Thank you.
Now let's begin with this Nigeria. This Nigeria says is focusing on insecurity, and it says EI-Rufai, Bello raised the alarm as bandits kill 1,192, kidnap 3,348 in Kaduna in 2021. 7 local government areas under siege in Niger. All right, these are stories on the front page of this Nigeria. From there, let's go to Blueprint. A Blueprint newspaper says EI-Rufai cries out to Buhari, give us Northwest Theatre Command to tackle terrorists. It says 50 kids, 1,142 others killed, and 3,300 kidnapped in Kaduna in 2021. Insists that there is nothing like repentant bandits. Okay, and gunmen kidnapped Tinubu's loyalists, 4 others in Ekiti. All right, these are stories on the Blueprint newspaper. The Guardian is next, and it says EI-Rufai seeks help as bandits kill 1,192, kidnap 3,348 in Kaduna. 9 persons kidnapped daily in 2021. Northwest needs a military theatre command to tackle banditry, says the governor. And Khan calls for EI-Rufai's resignation, says report self-indicting. Okay, that story is on the front page of The Guardian. The Sun newspaper is next. And it says pressure mounts on Buhari to sign the electoral bill into law. PDP senators, reps lead the pack, and Ohaneze, Middle Belt Forum, TMG, others insist time is now. Bill to increase minimum educational qualification for president, lawmakers, skill first hurdle. Okay, these are another dimension of the stories. We'll certainly look at that as we get along. And let's go to Daily Independent. Daily Independent says Electoral Act Amendment Bill 2022 resist pressure, give assent. PDP National Caucus tells Buhari, asks a party to avoid imposition of candidates in 2023, and slams APC for allegedly failing Nigerians. All right, all this on the front page of the Daily Independent. Right, let's go to Daily Trust. Daily Trust says it's focusing on electoral bill. Governors, lawmakers clash over new clauses. Written consent for consensus sends jitters to governors and others. And PDP lawmakers want Buhari to sign bill immediately. Experts differ on presidential assent. Okay, these are all issues around it. Nigerian Tribune is next, and it says Clark to Atiku, Saraki, Tambuwal, don't run. And this is referring to don't run for president. North has ruled for 45 out of Nigeria's 61 years of independence, he says. I will make my intention known soon. Atiku is quoted to have said this. Okay, that's the Nigerian Tribune. First News is next. 2023 Presidency, AMBODE sends warning signals to old politicians. Okay, 2023 Presidency, AMBODE sends warning signals to old politicians. Akumi AMBODE is the former governor of Lagos State. From there, let's go to Leadership newspaper. 2023 Presidency, quit raise Southern leaders tell Atiku, Tambuwal, Saraki and others. Quit raise Southern leaders tell Atiku, Tambuwal, Saraki and others. Northern Youth Scheme for Shibaju, Tinubu, Amechi. I am not eyeing VP slot under Atiku. Wike is saying this. And Atiku visits IBB in Minna. Ex-APC reps form new bloc. All right. All of this on the front page of the Leadership newspaper. The Nation is next, and it says Wike is saying North can't stop South from getting PDP ticket. All right. North can't stop South from getting PDP ticket. Clark, Buhari's successor, should come from the South. That's elder statesman Edwin Clark is quoted to have said this. That's the Nation newspaper. News Direct is next, and it says federal government launches 62 billion naira trust fund to fight HIV. spend $6.2 billion in 17 years as Buhari promises to prioritize killer diseases, public health emergencies. That's a News Direct. From there, let's go to the Punch newspaper. The Punch says marketers labor warn as federal government pushes refineries repairs to Buhari's successor. No subsidy removal until refineries are working under next government. Silva is saying this. Without repairing refineries, fuel price hike imminent, say marketers fault policies. Okay, and that's the Punch newspaper. Vanguard is next. Higher oil prices driving subsidy costs to 3.5 trillion naira. Landing costs going to 394 naira per litre from less than 360. Total costs may hit 413 naira 16 kobo. All right. Under recovery project at 248 naira, and all of that on the front page of the Vanguard. National economy, industrial crisis looms over new tax on carbonated drinks. Industrial crisis looms over new tax on carbonated drinks. That's a national economy. Business Day is the last one we're looking at now. Business Day says Africa's economic rebound from pandemic lies in trade and investment. All right. Africa's economic rebound from pandemic lies in trade and investment. All right. There has been call for intra-Africa trade for so many years. So we wait to see how the Africa Continental Free Trade Agreement is going to activate this process. Now, there are two things I'd like us to talk about with my guests. The Electoral Amendment Bill, Electoral Act Amendment Bill is here for us to mention. And then the first one is the issue of security, which the figures that were reeled out really is mind-boggling and certainly troubling as well, where bandits have killed about 1,192 people and kidnapped 3,300 others in the year 2021. And this seemed to just be Kaduna for now. All right, Jide, let me start with you on this. The point there is that the governor of Kaduna State, EI-Rufai, is saying we need a military theater command to tackle banditry headlong. Is that what we need now from your perspective?
Let's give this historical perspective and some content analysis. I draw the attention of our great audience to a report, I think on the 3rd of December 2016, where Governor El-Rufai himself admitted that he went after the violent Fulanis to pay them not to kill people again in southern Kaduna because they were coming in because of climate change and they were trapped in the post-2011 elections violence, and many of them were killed, their cattle rustled. So to prevent reprisal attacks, he went paying them in the Sahel region. You talk of Niger and things like that. Now he's crying foul. On one side, let's bring in the involvement of the Boko Haram. The President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, President Muhammadu Buhari, whom I respect so much, said in 2013 that clampdown on Boko Haram is injustice to the North. Now he is the President of Nigeria. And there are several schools of thought on this terrorism. Some are saying, even asking, is the government behind it? We've had several threats. We have 365 days in a year. And 1,192 killed, 3,000 plus kidnapped. And you see, it's a sad reality. Going beyond that, the Attorney General of the Federation, Malami, also a Northerner, said they have identified 400 sponsors of Boko Haram. Where are they? Who are they? So, my personal opinion and perception is that there is a serious condonment of the terrorism going on in this country. Flags being hoisted Niger State. Look at South Koto, just go kill people. Some of them will operate for 48 hours, blocking roads in a country where there is leadership. You see, so, but let me take it back to evaluation, returns on investment. Section 14, subsection 2 of the Nigerian Constitution 1999 as amended says that the security and the welfare of the people shall be the primary purpose of government. So I put it to you this morning as if we are in a classroom that given where we are as a nation, what has happened to the primary purpose of government? I wish the northern people the best. We were asking who were the people importing tramadol, different kinds of dangerous drugs, to radicalize these criminals. Our president went to Egypt and said immigrants were welcome to receive visa on arrival. When some countries are seeking for highly skilled immigrants, what kind of immigrants have we brought into our communities? You see, so I wish the government the best, but let's say this clearly: evil will never prevail.
All right. Now, Tunji, the point there is the concept of repentant bandits. We've heard that so many times. Some of the governors, in fact, we saw some taking pictures with some of the people who were said to have repented. Rufai is saying now there's nothing like repentant bandits. Talk to us from this window.
Of course, there can't be any repentant bandit. There can be.
So it was a mistake. It was a mistake when they said
it wasn't a mistake as far as I'm concerned. It was a deliberate effort by those in government to condone and cover up certain people in the name of based on sympathy or based on the sentiments. That's why I see, because I know when they were talking about what's it called, amnesty or whatever they are giving them, people there was condemnation of it. People talked and they were seen as anti-government and anti-good government. So I think government should learn to listen to people and not see their own opinion as the best. Always, they are not. Those in government today are not. They are not the best brain. They are not the best. They don't have the best intelligence or the best knowledge to do those. They are just privileged to be there. Anybody in this country, the way these countries are, anybody who has the opportunity, especially when you have money, you can become a leader in this country. It's about money. It's not about intelligence. It's not about brilliancy. So people who are the government should not see themselves as we are the most brilliant. That's why we are here. So whenever they talk, they should not see their position as the best. Always, they should believe that there are other people who are not opportune to be here and who has
who may have superior knowledge.
Yes,
superior
so
argument.
when they give, particularly the governor of Kaduna State, whenever he has a policy or he has an opinion, and there's a contrary position to it, he will not listen. He will tell you, he will not go back. And I've always said that, look, when the government bring out a policy and government say it's a no going back policy, you are not the government. You are not a leader. You are just trying to be autocratic. And then when you bring out the policy, people will criticize it, people will analyze it. When they bring out errors in those policies or things that will not make it work, look at it and see how it can be adjusted. What if they've done wide consultation and then it's been agreed upon and the majority of the people want to go that way? And as in Nigeria, you've seen those in government in this country do any consultation. Well, the National Assembly, those members of the National Assembly who are even empowered, who are even by law required to do consultation before a law is passed, are you consulted? Well, there any consultation? Are you aware of any consultation? They will say the town hall meeting or whatever they call it. They will call party members and those who are their supporters to particular us. How can you want to organize a town hall meeting? You screen people that will come into the town hall and you're saying you are consulting. Are you supposed to do that? You say this category of people cannot enter, this category of people cannot enter, and you are doing town hall meeting. For who? You see, the issue is that consultation is not about the issue here. The issue is that we have people in government who don't have what it takes to lead us. They don't have that's the truth, that's the reality. So you see, what we need is not, we are doing the same thing the same way, and we are expecting different results. Today, if he is asking for creation of a theater command, who will be that will manage it? What is the positive effect of the theater command in the Northeast? That we are comparing ourselves to say, look, let's have the military. How many percent do we have? Have we in the last 10 or 20 years or 15 years? I'm not aware we have recruited up to 10 million or 1 million. What's it called?
personnel, and we want to achieve results. I think
from,
we should.
From the statistics or data we have, I guess all of them put together may not even be up to 1 million.
No, I'm just trying to say.
Okay.
By what the manner of speaking.
Okay.
I know we are not up to they are not up to 1 million. So how do you expect, even if when you create a trader command, who will be in charge of it?
Maybe the point there is, if that is created, it could create a decisive and a
what positive result as the one in North is given to the.
No, of course we can. Boko Haram is not as bad as it used to be from the report.
Because has been technically
defeated.
Because they don't have any local government or whatever as claim under them.
They say it's technically
the killing
defeated
today compared to when you have a Boko Haram taking over the particular local government.
All right, Jide, going forward, because I'd like us to touch the other report a little bit. Going forward on this, does it seem like we have run out of all the ideas that we have, the strategies that we know, that when a Nigerian military personnel lands anywhere on the African continent saying this is the contingent from Nigeria, the dimension of whatever the problem is changes. We've seen it in Sierra Leone, we've seen it in Liberia, we've seen it in Congo, we've seen it all over the place. Have we run out of ideas?
We have not. We still have the capacity. But the elders and the wise say, where there is a will, there is a way. And I plead to the elders to quote this adage in our part of the country, that when the one you have invited to help blow breeze into your eyes has pepper in his mouth, you are in serious danger.
Wow.
And I won't say more than that.
No, of course.
And I pray that the day that the big man realizes that his security man is behind the disappearance of the battery of his car, the tires and things like that, he may begin to breathe fresh air. And that is the perception now. Many people are asking, why is it difficult? After all, Nnamdi Kanu was brought back, from somewhere. Igboho was locked down somewhere. And again, going forward, let's analyze statements that have been made. The former chief of army staff, Buratai, said insurgency may not end in 20 years. So for some, it's business. It's business. So if the northern people are as concerned as some of us who love Nigeria, they should solve these problems. They control the air force, control the land force, control, and so what's the big deal? We have bought Tucano jets.
Yeah.
A court declared these bandits as terrorists. The framework to win this war is there. And I have asked a simple question. Why are these people from the Sahel region who are terrorizing Nigeria, why are they not in Rwanda? Why are they not in Ghana? Why are they not in Benin Republic? Why Nigeria? Because we are likely to have opened our gates to them. And someone said he will soak dog and baboon in blood. Let's go to all these things. You see, and they say by their fruits you know them. We love this country and we look forward to a new experience. I am tired. Bloodshed every day, and the governor, is he proud to say 9 persons is he killed or kidnapped on a daily basis? So 9 times 30 in a month, and you are the leader in that place.
All right, I can understand the frustration there, and we look forward to
I have an answer to
all of this.
Ologun.
Oh,
why they are in Nigeria?
Oh, you have?
They are an enabling environment here. There is an enabling environment.
That is what he said.
In criminology, yes.
And that's why they are in Nigeria. That's why they are not in Ghana. That's why they are not in other countries.
Yeah. In fact, the president of Ghana at a time was quoted at making a statement saying that I will deal with all of you. This is not Nigeria. And that went viral, and like, oh, so Nigeria is the reference point for things. But it's all right. Let's move to this story before we wrap up. Daily Sun and Daily Trust have this issue on the Electoral Amendment Bill, and this is becoming the controversies around the Electoral Amendment Bill is becoming, it's taking different dimensions. But a lot of people will say, well, I think we're seeing hope at the end, or light at the end of the tunnel now. Recall that the Electoral Amendment Bill was sent to the president, and then the president refused to assent his bill because of some of the issues. It was returned back and reworked. Now it's sent back again. And some people still feel that this will not be passed.
I said it earlier on, and before now, the last time I was here, when we discussed about the amendment, the rejection by the president, I said, I will not be surprised if this amendment did not see the light of the day. And that was when I advised the INEC not to wait for the signing of the amendment before planning. They should plan now, because it may not see the light of the day. Because you see, we are seeing all these crises because, just like I said earlier on, because the laws are being passed or that are being sent to the president, or even the one that has been sent to other people, are not based on consultation from the people, are not based on what people wanted. It's based on what those who are there, what they want to see. The new clause they put in, when was it debated? When did they say, look, we are introducing new clauses into this bill, contrary to the one, this new one they are talking about, the issue of you must resign before, it was not there when the president rejected it last time. It was introduced now. Was there any consultation? Was there any town hall meeting to say, look, we want to do this, should we do it? If you have a bill that has to do with what people say this is what we are looking for, and you decide to pass it based on what people say this is what they are looking for, the president will have no choice than to assent to it. And the president refuses to assent to it, you will have the power, the back of the people, to veto the power of the president. Because what we are seeing here today is that they are doing things in line with their own personal interest. I support the new clause they put into it. They are not saying the thing must be done in line with the procedure and process. And we are having problem here because processes they don't follow process and procedure. They don't do things at their wills and caprices and things. That is the way it should go. They see themselves as the alpha and omega and the custodian of knowledge, and whatever they believe is what is right. I will not be surprised. I Tunji Abdulhammed, will not be surprised, and I'm not expecting that this bill will be passed. But it will be sad that the good thing in those bill will now be thrown out, which will help our what's it called, our electoral process.
All right, Tunji, one of the issues there, which has generated lots of comments, is the issue of written consent. When you go to the primary election is conducted and then we agree for a consensus candidate, then the others who they say have agreed, there has to be. How challenging is this? Talk to me about this, though.
It's a great hurdle for those who may be affected by this. And they say you don't dig the pit of your enemy too deep because you don't know who will fall in. You see, so when the governors reportedly went lobbying to knock off the direct primaries as the only option, the National Assembly is coming back that, okay, if you have won in that area, let's introduce a fresh one and let's tighten it up. And it comes to the point that it may be more of selfish interest than national interest, all right, in all of this. And again, it will escalate the lobbying required for all of them to sign. But as we speak now, the former law is still there. It's not just been effectively amended. So if it's not assented to by the president, and if by section 58 and section 59 of Nigerian Constitution as amended, the National Assembly failed to do not veto the president, then we run with the old one. After all, we had a similar scenario towards 2019 election.
Yes.
But the National Assembly is expected by section 4 of the Constitution to make law for the peace, order and good governance of Nigeria.
Are you also aware that the new clause which says that if you want to contest and you're holding a position, you must resign? That is what is the issue now.
You have to resign.
1 billion to 5 billion for presidential candidates.
Wow, it's just.
So there is no compulsory. You need not spend up to that.
No, but it's all right. Let's see how these things play out. We'll wait to see the outcomes of all of this. All right, thank you very much, Tunji Abdulhammed, for coming on the program. Thank you, Jide. Thank you very much.
God bless Nigeria.
God bless Nigeria.